name is Adria Stembridge, and I play in Tears for the Dying. Tears for the Dying began in 2003. I had just left an earlier project I worked here in Athens called the Girl Pool, and decided that I wanted to try something, wanted to do something more punk rock, which is what I started here in Athens in the early 90s with Vomit Thrower. Tears for the Dying began with just myself writing all the music and lyrics. I used a Tascam 4-track, and I played the guitar, the bass, and programmed the drum beats, and wrote all the music and got it together. And I actually had an EP that I released back in 2003 called EP1. I began looking for musicians to play with, and I was having a terrible time finding anyone who understood the post-punk kind of genre. After about a year or so of continuing to write new music, I finally connected with some players in Atlanta, and we put together a full band with live drums. We played several shows, and in about 2006 or so, we decided that we were going to kind of put the band on the back burner. The rent was getting very expensive at the practice studio we were recording at, and we just thought it'd be a good idea to take a break from it.
There's no end in sight. Savored lies devolve. Nothing matters anymore. I felt your world and I won none. Stabbing madly on a chest. I want this life to end. Burning hell, I'm driving to the gates of hell. Revel in fatality and leave behind your rotting shell. Tell yourself there's no beginning and chase the fear you're treaded in. One more heart the dark devours. Sickness, nothing is ours. Tell me how there's no beginning and tell me how there's treaded in. Gunshot goes down the hall. Spotted with Madison when it's down the wall. I'm no fake, never own you. Grows with tumors well. Rise above your ill intentions. Sleeping men to work twice as well.
So in 2000, and I began writing additional music after that point, mostly my own stuff, again writing the guitar, bass, keyboards, and drums all myself. And around 2014 or so, my bandmates from the Girl Pool, we connected again because of a book that was being written about Athens music history, and we thought it'd be fun to get the old band together again, if not in person, at least together to collaborate on providing some information for Michael Collins' book, Athens Music History. And so we got together, and we discovered that several of us were interested in writing music again together, so we came together. Myself, Jake Pickerel, Winston Woodclock, and Steve Tucker formed a new band called Strange Dreams. We did the Strange Dreams band for about 2 years, and I decided that it was time to restart Tears for the Dying because I really wanted to play loud music again. So I began playing in Tears for the Dying again, writing more music.
Judging others you don't even know. Failures preaching opposition. You love, you did, your way, what you miss. Gothic dance hall in position, blindly follow where others lead, culture changing into religion. Give up, give in, give away, kill yourself.
Tears for the Dying is an art project. It's where some other groups that I appreciate a lot have a very strong message and a theme of one kind or just an activism, whatever. And Tears is not necessarily that for me anymore. I've been in bands where we railed against the government, and that Tears is more of an introspective band. And what people take from Tears for the Dying is what they see in it and what they experience it to be. I certainly don't want to put any labels on myself. I don't want to describe how other people are going to experience my art. So I would just hope that everyone would just give it a fair chance and listen to it and take it for what it is.
This is another
Okay, yeah, I played multiple shows in Athens, basically solo with Backtracks Live. And in November of last year, in 2017, I went to the Transgender Day of Remembrance. There's kind of a statewide T-Door event in Atlanta, Georgia, and that just commemorates those who have been lost in our community in the past year, typically through murder. And we commemorate those who have been lost. And while at the Transgender Day of Remembrance, I happened to notice another younger punk rocker there in audience. And so I went up after the T-Door event and introduced myself to her. And Deborah and I became good friends. We discovered that we had a mutual friend in Candy. And so we three decided that we were going to bring Tears for the Dying as a full band again. We decided that we were going to put that together. And we've played several shows here in Athens. We played in Atlanta at the Shriners Club just a few months ago. And today we're in Athens recording with Tom Ashton at Subvox Studio. And so we're recording 6 songs today. We're recording 3 songs that are brand new and 2 of which we just wrote in the past week. Athens, Georgia is my hometown. My earliest memories from childhood are from Athens, Georgia. I grew up out in Quailwood subdivision off of Tallahassee Road on the west side of Athens. Went to school at Whitehead Road Elementary School, and Athens, Georgia is, when I was a kid, Athens was still pretty much a very sleepy country town. And we frequently went downtown to go to the the Pennies downtown, and there was a Davidson's downtown that we went to quite a lot, and there was a old Woolworths that we went to a lot too, with the creaky wooden floors, and they had bulk chocolate you could buy at the deli counter in the back there. I grew up in Athens, Georgia, and I became an adult here, and I've lived in Athens for most of my life now. I have lived in Atlanta, and I've also lived in Greenville, Texas, Spartanburg, South Carolina for a little bit here and there. And out of all the places I've lived, and even all the places I've visited, Athens, Georgia is just feels home to me. The people here are friendly. I just feel the connection with the music scene here, and even those not even involved in music. There's just a different atmosphere in Athens that one has just to come here and experience to appreciate.
Of looking glass, falling like the purest snow on a cold December's night. You fade into nothing. Sitting out with tragic minutes, final words come to rest, and a smile takes their place, fading fast in a serpent's nest. Fall prey to strange hypnosis, sickly odor fills the air. Gaze into your emptiness, into your lifeless shell. Fleeting thoughts drift away as you're moving closer still. No question is left unanswered. Bottomless wells are never filled. Tell yourself there's no beginning, and chase the fear you threaded in. One more heart the priest devours, sleeping sickness left in the towers. Glistening crimson line, reaching for new understanding. Look up tonight, see time dissolve. Thank you, that's our set.
Lou, so let's go for a take, yeah?
We're recording a record today. We're recording an EP with Tom Ashton at Sub-On Studio in Athens, Georgia. How'd you think? Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Awesome.
Let's have a listen.
Sounded good.
Yeah.
What note is that you're playing at the end of the song? It's like that's.
Yeah, okay, so it's like
What's the extra note that they're doing? It's a little bit different. The white ones. So we need to isolate that. Or we can do it from there.
you seem to like it on the voice and the other.
I know I did. It's like here. It's like it's just kind of hanging out by itself.
Yeah, it's not it's used like a minor chord, right?
Yeah.
Better. I could, you know, if you don't want, I could just do a little.
You know what it is.
Okay,
You know, yeah.
but, you know, it's tight, you know. Actually, sometimes that sort of thing's kind of nice anyway, you know, you get that. Yeah. Funny, I'm not getting that latency thing, but I'm sure it's there. I'm trying to work on it. It's because of the style of the track. I think it's not noticeable, you know. Right. Still do that.
We can isolate that bass and drums. We'll probably hear it from the drums. Everything good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, we're ready.
It's light, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
Okay.
didn't see, just might as well bang it down. You want it?
Yeah, is she having the voice?
Seems to, this one might work, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, that organ, if she wants to use that organ, we can switch it around later. Yeah. Yeah, the snare's a little bit off. It's like a beat off. I can come in if you want.
You jumped in the right place.
Yeah, the snare's about like a beat off.
I should have moved the base before we did this, actually.
What's that for us?
Might do shit.
We'll probably take that window out. That one. Like that one.
I don't know, you might fit on the
Oh,
other
I know.
keyboard.
It colors,
Maybe it's just this keyboard.
it colors the sound for that.
You wanted me to do that.
I know I did, but I'm saying now that I'm listening. When I started to play music early on, I guess back in the late 80s and early 90s, as I mentioned, I started to learn on the guitar. I went to go see a band that one of my older brothers now had encouraged me to go see. And up until that point, I really hadn't seen any live music at all. So the band that I went to go see was this group called Fetchin' Bones. And they were playing the Georgia Theater. And so I went in and checked them out. And I was just so afraid. I'd never been in a club before. And I was just afraid of what would happen, and maybe there would be some mean people there that would say bad things to me or whatever. But I went in, and the band was just super friendly on stage. Everyone was smiling and laughing, having a ton. Everyone was dancing. And before the show's end, I didn't know how to dance, but I was up there hopping around like everybody else. So it was just such an amazing event. And I latched on to Fetchin' Bones, and I got all the records. Shortly after that, another band that I became aware of had another show at the Georgia Theater, and I went to go see Pylon in the late 80s. And just amazing. The band had a very interesting stage set with fluorescent bulbs, very tall fluorescent bulbs across the entire back of the stage. Vanessa and Curtis, Randy and Michael were just freaking amazing. I really latched on to that style of bass playing that Michael had with it's just driving, it almost sounds distorted bass. I just love his bass style. And shortly after going to see Pylon, I went out to a pawn shop and bought my first bass guitar, bought Gyrate, and brought it home, put it on my boombox, and I learned every single Pylon song right away.
It's okay, you can take a condom. It's okay, you can take some soundtracks. It's okay, you can get an abortion. You can keep on, moving on. It's okay, you can take some Prilosec. It's okay, you can take some estrogen. It's okay, you can get a sex change. And you can keep on, keeping on. You can keep on. You are never alone. You are never alone. You are never alone. You are. It's okay, in moderation. It's okay, cut it down. It's okay, you can quit tomorrow.